When we talk about infamous mobsters, names like Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, and John Gotti immediately come to mind. These are the legends that dominate the pages of criminal history books and the scenes of countless movies. But there's one name that often gets lost in the shuffle: Owney the Killer Madden. And if you've never heard of him, don't worry, you're not alone. However, despite his relative obscurity today, Madden was once one of the most powerful and influential figures in the criminal underworld. His story is one of rise from poverty, ruthless ambition, and an empire built on both muscle and business savvy. So, who exactly was Owney Madden, and why should we care about him now? Early life, the seed of a criminal empire. Born in 1891 in Leeds, England, Owney Madden wasn't handed a silver spoon. His family, Irish immigrants looking for a better life, found themselves struggling with poverty in a harsh new world. As a child, Madden learned the hard way that life wasn't going to be easy. His early years were defined by the tough labor conditions his family endured, and from an early age, he grew to resent hard work. This disdain for manual labor would come to define Madden's life choices, especially the ones that would lead him down a criminal path. When Madden was a child, his family moved to Hell's Kitchen, New York, a neighborhood infamous for its crime-ridden streets and volatile atmosphere. Hell's Kitchen wasn't just a tough place to grow up, it was the perfect breeding ground for a future criminal mastermind. The law was often more of a suggestion than a rule, and young Owney quickly learned that in this world, it was survival of the fittest. Violence, power, and cunning were the keys to making it out alive, and Madden would soon master them all. The gangster's first step: joining the Gopher gang. At just 14 years old, Madden took his first step into the criminal world. It wasn't much at first, just a petty crime, but it was enough to get the attention of the local gang scene. Owney joined the Gopher gang, a street gang based in Hell's Kitchen. This would be the first chapter in his violent career, and he wasted no time making a name for himself. By the time Madden turned 15, he wasn't just another small-time thug in the Gopher gang. He was already carrying a gun and calling the shots. His quick rise through the ranks wasn't just a result of violence. It was his natural leadership skills that set him apart. Owney wasn't just a follower, he had a vision, and he was quickly becoming the leader of the pack. He expanded the gang's operations, earning respect from his peers and fear from his rivals. At this point, Madden started to realize something crucial. Crime wasn't just a way to survive in Hell's Kitchen, it was a way to thrive. The more he rose in the gang's ranks, the more he saw crime as a path to power. Owney Madden was on his way to becoming a major player in the criminal world, and he wasn't going to let anything stop him. Prohibition, the golden age of bootlegging. Fast forward to the 1920s, a decade that would prove to be the golden age of crime for many like Madden. The United States had just enacted Prohibition, making alcohol illegal, but it also created the perfect storm for bootleggers and organized crime syndicates to make massive profits. For Owney Madden, this new era wasn't just a business opportunity, it was his chance to expand his empire. Madden didn't just dabble in bootlegging, he dominated it. He co-owned the Phoenix Brewery, a key player in the underground alcohol business during Prohibition. The beer produced by Phoenix Brewery was some of the best around, and Madden was smart enough to leverage this high-quality product to grow his influence. But Madden's genius wasn't just in brewing beer, it was in his ability to form powerful partnerships. He teamed up with major crime figures like Frank Costello and Big Bill Dwyer, forming a bootlegging empire that stretched across New York and beyond. He didn't just control the alcohol trade, he ran it with military precision, and it paid off. What truly set Madden apart from his rivals, though, was his ability to keep things relatively low-key. While many of his competitors were gunning each other down in the streets, Madden kept his operations smooth and quiet, avoiding unnecessary bloodshed. He understood that, in this business, it wasn't just about muscle, It was about making money and keeping things running without attracting too much attention. His ability to maintain control while others floundered made him one of the most powerful men in the underworld. The Cotton Club, where business meets jazz. If Owney Madden had stuck to bootlegging, he would still be remembered as one of the most successful criminals of his time. But he wasn't just in it for the booze. He was also a cultural force. In the mid-1920s, Madden took control of Harlem's Club Deluxe, a jazz hotspot that would go on to become the legendary Cotton Club. And this wasn't just a nightclub, it was a cultural institution. Madden understood the power of image. The Cotton Club wasn't just a place to listen to great jazz, it was a symbol of the jazz age, an era that was defined by music, nightlife, and excess. By transforming the club into a high-class venue, Madden attracted some of the most iconic jazz musicians of the time, including the legendary Duke Ellington and Cab Calloway. These weren't just local acts, these were the best of the best, and they performed at Madden's club night after night. But Madden's brilliance wasn't just about providing a stage for jazz legends. It was about creating a fusion of crime and culture that made him a major player on both sides of the law. By associating himself with the jazz scene, Madden elevated his status in both criminal and cultural circles. The Cotton Club became more than just a nightclub. It became a symbol of Harlem's golden age of jazz and nightlife. Owney Madden's name became synonymous with the success of the club, and his influence reached far beyond the criminal underworld. Political and criminal influence, the power behind the scenes. Owney Madden wasn't just a mobster with a brewery and a nightclub. He was a man who understood how to play the political game. His criminal enterprises weren't just about muscle and intimidation. They were also about navigating the complex world of politics and law enforcement. Madden had strong ties to corrupt politicians and law enforcement officials, which helped him keep his operations running smoothly. In an era where criminal enterprises were often targeted by the law, Madden knew how to stay under the radar. These political connections weren't just useful, they were essential. They allowed Madden to operate without interference, while his rivals were constantly looking over their shoulders. But Madden's influence didn't stop at the local level. He played a key role in the formation of the National Crime Syndicate, a coalition of major criminal figures from across the United States. This was a game changer for organized crime. Instead of constant turf wars and chaotic rivalries, the syndicate created a more organized, cooperative approach to crime. Madden wasn't just fighting for dominance in New York. He was helping to reshape the entire criminal landscape of America. While many other mobsters were focused on expanding their own turf through violence, Madden was focused on creating a more efficient system that could unite crime families, reduce unnecessary bloodshed, and increase profits. His involvement in the syndicate made him a crucial figure in the world of organized crime, and his political savvy only enhanced his influence. Retreat to Hot Springs, a low-key life with high-profile influence. By the 1930s, the pressure on Owney Madden was rising. Law enforcement was getting closer, and his empire was facing more scrutiny. But instead of folding, Madden did what any savvy mob boss would do. He adapted. He moved to Hot Springs, Arkansas, a place with a shady reputation that worked perfectly for a man like Madden. Hot Springs wasn't just a quiet retreat. It was a haven for gamblers, bootleggers, and anyone looking to skirt the law. But the best part? The local political system was deeply corrupt, and that worked in Madden's favor. While he kept a low profile, Madden didn't stop running the show. He took control of major gambling operations in the area, ensuring his influence continued even while the heat was on in the bigger cities. Behind the scenes, he maneuvered with the skill of a chess master, pulling strings and making sure his empire remained intact. He wasn't the flashy, in-your-face mobster anymore. Instead, he played the long game, letting his criminal operations run smoothly while he quietly enjoyed the high life. At the end of the day, Owney Madden was more than just a gangster. He was a figure who redefined what it meant to be a criminal kingpin. And even though his name may not be as iconic as others, the way he played the game of business, politics, and crime made him one of the most powerful figures in history. His influence might not have been in the spotlight, but it was felt all the same. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comment section.